The creation of the universe and the human race. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was a formless void with no living thing and was covered by a deep sea. Darkness covered the sea, and the Spirit of God moved over the water. Then God said,
"Let there be light."
And the light came into existence. God saw that the light was good, and he separated it from the darkness. God named the light day, and the darkness he named night. The night passed and morning came. That was the first day. Then God said,
Let there be a division in the midst of the water to separate it into two parts.
And so it happened. God made a division that separated the water into two parts. One part remained below the division, and the other part remained above it. God named this division sky. The night passed, and morning came. That was the second day.
Then God said,
Let the water that is under the sky be gathered into one place, so that dry land may appear.
And so it happened. God named the dry part land, and the waters that had been gathered he named seas. And God saw that what he had done was good. Next he said,
Let the land produce all kinds of vegetation, that is, plants that yield seeds and trees that bear fruit.
And so it happened. The land produced all kinds of vegetation, plants that yield seeds and trees that bear fruit. And God saw that what he had done was good. The night passed and morning came. That was the third day. Then God said,
Let there be lights in the sky to separate the day from the night and to mark the days, years, and seasons. These lights will shine in the sky to illuminate the earth.
And so it happened. God made the two great lights, the greater one to govern the day, and the lesser one to govern the night. He also made the stars. God placed these lights in the sky to illuminate the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that what he had done was good. The night passed, and morning came. That was the fourth day. Then God said,
Let the waters be filled with all kinds of living creatures, and let there be birds on the earth that fly in the air.
So God created the great sea monsters and every kind of living creature that moves in great numbers in the water. And he also created every kind of bird. And God saw that what he had done was good. He blessed the living creatures of the sea and said,
Increase greatly in number and fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth.
The night passed, and morning came. That was the fifth day. Then God said,
Let the land produce every kind of animal, domestic, wild, and those that crawl on the ground, each according to its species.
And so it happened. God made the animals, each according to its species, the domestic animals, the wild animals, and those that crawl on the ground. And God saw that what he had done was good. Then he said,
Now let us make human beings who will be like us, who will look like us. They will have power over the fish, over the birds, over the domestic and wild animals, and over the animals that crawl on the ground.
So God created human beings. He created them in God's likeness. He created them male and female, and blessed them, saying,
Have many, many children spread throughout the earth, and dominate it, and have power over the fish of the sea, over the birds that fly in the air, and over the animals that crawl on the ground, for you to feed on. I give you all the plants that produce seeds, and all the trees that bear fruit. But for all the wild animals, for the birds, and for the animals that crawl on the ground, I give grass and greens as food.
And so it happened. And God saw that everything he had made was very good. The night passed, and morning came. This was the 6th day.
Genesis, right from the start, throws us into a scenario that would be any architect's nightmare: a formless void, a primordial confusion where earth and water blended into a dark soup. Think of that day when you woke up and the world felt upside down. Now multiply that by a cosmic scale. The earth was there, yes, but only as a faint silhouette, without contour, like a blank canvas waiting for the first brushstroke. Darkness was the closed curtain over the universe's stage, and yet this was not a darkness of despair, but of potential. There was water, the symbol of life, and over that vast, wet expanse, the Spirit of God moved, like a falcon calmly hovering, assessing the raw material of nothingness. It was a moment of silent tension, the prelude to a symphony that was about to erupt. But what was the Spirit of God, moving over the waters, about to begin with the sound of his voice?
And then the unheard command, "Let there be light." It is a powerful interjection that shatters the silence and the void once and for all. Immediately, without any fuss or hesitation, light begins to exist. This is God's first act of overcoming, defeating absolute darkness with nothing but his word. The light is then evaluated. God saw that the light was good. This light is not the sun. It is the luminous essence that God separates from the darkness. He does not destroy the darkness. He names it night, and the light he calls day, establishing a routine, a rule that governs nature itself. What do we learn? Order emerges from the divine choice. And the most astonishing of all, the first day ends with the evening passing and the morning coming. But how will the division of the waters, which comes next, redefine what we call heaven and earth?
On the second day, the focus shifts to water, the chaotic element that needed boundaries. The command is clear: let there be a division in the midst of the waters to separate them into two parts. God is, in a sense, building the roof of our world. He creates this division or firmament, separating the water below, seas, lakes, from the water above, clouds, rain. It is an act of cosmic engineering that ensures the world will not remain an eternal aquatic mess. This division is named sky. Notice that God does not say that what was made on this day was good. It is a work in progress, a foundation still incomplete. What does this omission of "it was good" on the second day reveal about what was still missing for Earth's balance?
We move on to the second great separation, dry land. The water that was under the sky receives the command to gather into one place. It is as if the planet were finally taking its definitive shape. The water obeys, and the ground emerges from the vast, wet expanse. The idiomatic expression here is that the earth literally strips off the water to appear. The dry part is named land, and the water is named seas. The duality of our existence, solid ground and the fluidity of the ocean, is now established. And now, with the separation complete and the home structured, God saw that what he had done was good. But what is the purpose of so much land and water if it has no life? What kind of life will be the next to burst onto the stage of creation?
With solid ground established, the command now is for the soil to produce. Vegetation is the first form of life, the green backdrop of our planet. The metaphor here is one of immediate fertility. Plants that produce seeds, trees that bear fruit, each according to its kind. There is no confusion, only instant biological order. The earth, which was once barren, becomes the provider of all seeds and fruits. It is a foreshadowing of abundance and provision. And once again, the seal, God saw that what he had made was good. With the greenery established, how will the universe now mark the passage of time and the seasons that regulate this vegetation? On the fourth day, God resolves the controversy of the first day. He creates the lights in the sky, but with a clear purpose, to separate day from night and to mark days, years, and seasons. The sun, which is the greater light, and the moon, which is the lesser light, are given to govern the day and the night. The mention that they will shine in the sky to illuminate the earth is a personification of their celestial function. They are not gods, as the cultures of the time believed. They are servants, mere luminaries created by a sovereign God. And what does the creation of the animals, which comes next, have to do with the governance of the earth that God is establishing? The fifth day brings life in motion. Let the waters be filled with all kinds of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the sky. God creates the great sea monsters and every species that moves in the water and in the air. It is an alliteration of movement and sound. Aquatic and aerial life appears in great abundance. It is the first time God gives a blessing of multiplication. Increase greatly in number and fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. This is the heart of Eden, a desire for fertility and abundance made manifest. What is special about the creation of land animals before the creation of human beings? The sixth day begins with the creation of the animals that live on the earth, completing the full cycle of animal life. The divine command is proclaimed, let the earth produce every kind of creature, including domestic animals, wild beasts, and all those that crawl upon the ground, each according to its own species. These animals are formed to inhabit the land alongside what would soon become the most important of all creations. Once again, the familiar pattern appears. God saw that everything he had made was good. And the question echoes, why is the next act of God the only one that is preceded by a divine counsel? The dramatic pause of God. Now let us make human beings who will be like us, who will resemble us. Humanity is created in a unique way, in the image and likeness of God. The metaphor is that human beings are God's vice-regents on earth. He creates the male and female, establishing the duality of gender. And the blessing is a triple mandate. First, proliferation. Have many children. Second, expansion. Spread across the whole earth. And third, dominion. Rule over it, over the fish, over the birds. With this dominion established, what was the original diet for humanity and for the animals? The final act of provision on the sixth day, the diet. God assigns to humanity all plants that produce seeds and every tree that bears fruit. To the animals, he gives grass and green vegetation as food. The irony of the original creation is that the world was perfectly vegetarian. There was no death, no predation, only plant-based sustenance, establishing an ecosystem of peace. What was God's final evaluation of all this complexity and harmony? Genesis 1 reaches its climax with the final judgment. After all the separation and all the creation of life, God saw everything he had made, and everything was very good. The modifier very is crucial. It is not merely good, it is the highest perfection. The symbolism is clear. Chaos was overcome by order. Emptiness was filled with life, and the work was complete. The personified night passed, and morning came. That was the sixth day, and the stage was set for the story of humanity to unfold. So what do we learn from the creation of the universe? That every great project begins in emptiness, but order and purpose come from a powerful word. God's overcoming is our life map. But the story of Genesis is far from over. What happens on the seventh day? With the work complete, what will God do next, the first day outside of creation? If this study has impacted your view of creation, leave your like so we know we're on the right track. And comment below. What do you think God will do on the seventh day? I want to hear your opinion. If you don't want to miss the next video where we uncover the mystery of rest, click subscribe and activate the notification bell now. And don't forget to share this video with that friend who needs this dose of order in their life.